first of all, a quick check-in. Are we all okay with this current administration that is happening? I'm trying to hang in there. For today, this video that I want to talk about is what are the things that I do not buy anymore. As Gen Z, we are constantly and chronically online, and a lot of times a lot of marketing of products is really targeted through these social media channels like TikTok, Instagram. I don't know, these are things that I feel like really influence us. I think I want to kind of bring a form of intentionality and really think, what are the things that I want, need, and it brings me joy, as opposed to like, oh, this is me following a certain trend. I curated like a whole list of some of the things that I'm not buying and things I haven't been buying for a few years now. The first one that I have is Labubus. I think this is a trend that is slowly dwindling down now, but I was kind of there a little bit during its like super peak where it was really hard to find a Labubu. Like once Pop Mart had them, everyone was just like waiting super long lines for it. My dad was telling me about it. It sounded like it was something he was interested in, so I was like, okay, I want to make an effort to see if I can find something for him. My dad is a very big like into toys kind of person. Once I got like the ones from the Exciting Macaron collection, I was like, I'm done. I think what happens when it comes to trends, people want to collect everything. And for me, as someone who still does like having like blind boxes, if I really want a blind box, I really have to think about why am I looking for it. It's intentional, but you also want to make sure that you're not over consuming, and that's something that I try to be more cognizant about when it comes to blind boxes. But in regards to Labubus, I do not buy them anymore. Kind of following up on Labubus would also be stuffed animals. As you probably see over here, I have quite a few stuffed animals. A lot of them were from my partner who's gifted them to me, or my friends who gifted them, which I absolutely appreciate and love. I'm a big cute stuff person. I think I've mentioned this before, and I don't want to eliminate that and be like, oh, I should have none of these things, because I do think I'm very sentimental. My bed is like 1/3 of my stuffed animals, which I love them so much. There have been some stuffed animals that I have given away through my Buy Nothing group. For those who do not know about Buy Nothing groups, you can just join them on your Facebook groups based on whatever location that you are living in, and you can just interact with the community, see if there's any stuff you want to give away, some stuff that they can give you. It's a great way to know your neighborhood and also know about the neighbors as well. I will say though, I'm a huge claw machine person. I grew up playing the claw machine. My favorite stuffed animal, Piggy, is from the claw machine, and I hold very strong sentimentalities with them. I think with claw machines, those are games that I enjoy, that are fun, but I wouldn't like technically keep the stuffed animals, or I'd veer more to like gifting them to my friends. The next thing that I am trying not to really buy is clothes. Back in high school, I was super into fast fashion. It was something that I was in as a young influential teenager. I later realized when I watched the True Cost documentary, it absolutely blew my mind about how horrific and terrible a lot of clothing workers in so many different countries are horribly treated and paid below minimum wage, and it was just not worth it for me. What's the point of having like clothes that are fitting this certain trend if you know behind that the people that work on your clothes are not being treated well? It's not just like a human rights issue, it's also a environmental issue. Water systems are not properly sorted, and some of these dyes and coloring and chemicals can go into the ocean. I just don't think it's worth it for my day-to-day clothes to be affected by how someone else is living. If anything, I just get them from my Buy Nothing group, or I go to the thrift store to get secondhand clothing. I think I try to be really careful with where my clothes are. I make sure that I am wearing these as like a timeless thing. Like it's something that I've worn several years and I still love them. This top, I've had this since 2018, so it's been a 7-year clothing piece and I still wear it to this day. Next one is bags. As you can see over here, I have like about 6 or 7 bags, and I quote and say they're all for like different things that I'm looking for. I know each of them serve different functions, like some maybe more casual, some if I'm like casual but I want a bigger bag. So I do not shop for any bags. I just don't think I need them. Like I have them for any like occasions, like formal ones, sporty, like going to hike, and then the casual everyday. When you get the ones that you know you absolutely love and pair them with your clothes, like you know that they're not going to cause any issue. I think I've really curated my collection to be something that I really enjoy. Something I do not get anymore is sunglasses. I did mention this in my what's in my bag video. I only have one pair of sunglasses that I wear when I'm outside, and it's because I just think it's a classic piece. This is the one that I have, and it's just super versatile with any outfit that I have, and I do not have to get another one. I think back in the day I used to like buy ones like I was like, oh, this looks really cool for this certain occasion, but I just don't think it's really necessary. It kind of ends up cluttering too much, and I'd rather just grab one pair and know this is my one pair. And I've been using this already for 4 or 5 years now. Okay, I know this one goes into where everyone is going crazy and talking about it, and I think it's something that is maybe an indicator of the Gen Z culture. I do not buy water bottles. I got this for free at a pop-up, but I just don't buy my water bottles anymore. I just have like 2, 3 that I kind of rotate on a daily basis or weekly or monthly basis, and they all serve different functions. Honestly, I really think just having one water bottle is already good. Like water bottles have become kind of like clothing already. Like with the Awala water bottles, where there's so many different colors and schemes, it's kind of like we're dressing them as trends, kind of disguise your personality being tied to consumerism. If you're constantly like collecting like for an Awala like different colors and different shades and holding them as a collectible, I think it becomes really wasteful and is definitely a definition of overconsumption. It's been marketed as a trend item, so it's something that I try to be more cognizant of when it comes to water bottles. I do not buy them. I do not buy them. Either I'm getting gifted them, but I'm being intentional with them. Either if I have too much, I'm gifting them away to my gifting groups and my buy nothing groups. I do not buy pads or tampons anymore because I use my menstrual cups. This was like the lunette cup. I got this since I was in 8th grade. I haven't really used this one as much, but this is more for like if I have like a heavier flow, then I go for this one. But typically on my day-to-day, I think this has been doing me pretty well. I do not buy like pad products, and I absolutely love that because I feel like with pads it made me feel like I had a heavier flow than I typically did, and it didn't feel as comfortable. Like of course there's a learning curve when it comes to this, but I do think that it is well worth it if you take the time to invest in it. This cup, you can use it for like 10+ years. 10 years generally is what they advertise, but I definitely think like if there's no tears or weird odors even after you disinfect it, I think this is perfect. I am no longer buying books. Why? It's because I use my local library. Take advantage of your local library because it is so clutch. For the New York Public Library, I currently am reading Free Food for Millionaires, and I am almost there. I'm halfway. What's great about the New York Public Library, if you live in New York, is that you can, or New York City, is that you can like place a hold for the book and they can deliver it to any nearby library that is associated and affiliated under New York Public Library. Yeah, I'm no longer buying books. I'm just looking at them in bookstores to see like if I can find them in my local library and then being able to request a hold on it. You are really lending in the community resources, and then in of itself, the city is aware that, okay, these people actually use our resources and not cut funding for people that actually need it, and really I think strengthens your community too. It makes you feel closer to your local areas. So I definitely would recommend. I do not buy books anymore, which I absolutely love, and will continue on doing so. So the last thing I will say I do not buy, or try not to, I'm cutting this, is makeup. Try to use my makeup to the bottom, to the pans. I would love to talk about my pan products. I'm always super passionate about these things. I love when people use the heck out of their makeup, and I am someone who is aspiring to do that. Lip products have been a weakness for me, which I'm aware, and I recently did purchase a lipstick because I felt like it was going to help a business that was leaving. Shout out to Ami Collet. I'm wearing their lip gloss now, or lip oil, and I absolutely love it. I know I'm like promoting a product that is going to be gone by the time I upload this. This is editing Isabel right now. As of me currently editing this, Ami Collet still has their site open and they're still selling their stuff at a discounted rate. So if you want to check that out and be intentional with the stuff you're looking for, I definitely would recommend going to their website. They are a beautiful Black-owned business, and it is inspired by like Senegalese culture and was raised and kind of curated within Harlem and romance. And this was the latest lip oil that I bought. I understand I have like a track full of product and lip products I'm trying to like run through. Intentional. This was something I thought about because I knew I don't want to have like any more lip products. So I would say I just don't buy makeup anymore unless like I use out something and then I'll just replace it with another thing. I do think I have been blessed to be gifted products. I just think I have enough for a long time, and the beauty industry really is profiting off us like with their new products and releases, and I know it's super tempting and sometimes their marketing is done very well. Something really important to recognize is like you only have one lip, you only have one face with eyebrows and eyes, and you don't have to consistently buy these new products. I'm assuming your lip products are kind of the similar shades that you may have accumulated, so I try not to buy any of those anymore. That's all I'll say for part one of the stuff that I do not buy. Let me know what are certain things that you have not bought in a while, or things that you do not want to buy. I think especially like in this economy, where especially in this administration's economy, I do not want to be stimulating his economy. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.